Alrighty, so it's time for another 6.5 Grendel video. So this is part 2 to the video that I did last week using the 123 grain SST with reloader 15 and the CCI BR4. So we worked up to 29 grains in the last video. We're going to push up a little bit higher today. Going to use the same cartridge overall length at 2.265, and we're going to start out at 29.2 grains and work our way up to 29.8 grains. We're going to use 2/10 increments because we're kind of in uncharted territory. So these are going to be compressed loads, pretty much starting from 29.2 and moving up. Let's get out on the range and let's see how they shoot. Alrighty, we are out here on the range. The target is at 100 yards. Orange circles are 1 inch. This is my 20-inch 6.5 Grendel with a 1 1/8 twist, 6-24 Athlon scope, 123 grain SST. This is part 2. We're pushing up a little bit higher. So we're going above Hornady's book max. So wouldn't recommend anybody copy this. We have no idea how it's going to turn out today. We're going to start at our lowest load, work our way up. The gun is cold. It is about 80 degrees out, getting velocity through our Labradar. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see how the higher loads are going to shoot. Alright, not a bad group to start. So we did start to tighten up a little bit. Alright, we're up to 2,400 feet per second or thereabouts. Let's check out the average for those three. Alright, so the average on that was 2395 with a 13.8 SD. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on up. Like I said, our brass looks fine. Alright, so that group opened up. Got a little bit of a bump in our velocity there. Let's take a look at our brass first thing. Alright, all of it really looks fine. Not really seeing anything to speak of. Let's take a look at our velocity there. Alright, so that one was 2404 average with a 12.4 SD. So decent velocity numbers here. Most people think that reloader 15 is too slow for the Grendel, but you know, seems like it would definitely work. I'd be happy with, you know, over 2,400 feet per second out of the 123 grain SST. Alright, let's go ahead and move on up to the next load here. Kind of getting that 2 out of 3, aren't we? Alright, let's take a look at our velocity on that one. Alright, so that one there we're up to 2422 with an 8.7 SD. Let's go ahead and move up to this top charge here. Yeah, kind of 2 out of 3 grouping together. Alrighty, let's take a look at our velocity there. Not that it really matters, I guess, because the group sucks. Alright, so we made it up to 2444 average with a 12.7 SD. So those aren't bad numbers. 2444, that's respectable for the 123 grain class bullet. Let's take a look at our brass. Brass really doesn't look bad. There might be just maybe an ejector, just the slightest ejector mark on that very last load, but it's really just one of those pieces of brass. Primers don't look too bad. I don't think we got into scary range here, but I'm a little bit disappointed with our target. Let's get over there to the bench and let's check it out. Alright, so taking a look at our target here. We started out at 29.2 grains. We shot a 0.88 inch group, 2395 feet per second, 13.8 SD. Moving on to the next group, we shot 29.4 grains. We shot 1.46 inches, 2404 feet per second, and a 12.4 SD. Moving up to 29.6 grains, we shot a 1.75 inch group, 2422 feet per second, and an 8.7 SD. And then our last group today at 29.8 grains, we shot a 1.54 inch group, 2444 feet per second with a 12.7 SD. So we really didn't find much here except for a little bit more velocity. The SDs were decent across the board, but really just not satisfied with those group sizes. Seems like our best groups of the day, or the best groups with this bullet, were the lightest charges that we used in the last video. Now taking a look at our brass, there's really nothing to see here. Potentially, if you could fit more powder in the case, you could probably push up a little bit higher. The very last load has one piece of brass that has just the slightest ejector smear. I'm not even sure you'll be able to see it in the picture. It's so slight. However, these loads, especially the 29.8 grain load, was as compressed as you would want to make them at this overall length. Pretty sure you probably couldn't push much more into this case unless you extended the overall length. So probably going to give up with Reloader 15 and the 123 grain SST, move back over to the 6.5 Creedmoor, and give the 130 grain tip Dame King a try. So thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for subscribing, and we'll see you next time.